This trendy spin on a pixie cut has been all over the place. I see it all over Instagram. I've seen so many people wearing this trend. And when I first saw it, I was not that impressed. But the more I looked at it and the more I saw it, I began to really kind of like it. I thought it was pretty sassy, and I think it does give you something to play with if you have a shortcut, because shortcuts can get a bit boring after a while. But the cut that made me really want to go for this was one that I saw on someone I follow on Instagram. Her name is A Perfect Summer, and she has the cutest pixie ever. And she did this, and I was like, after I saw hers, yes, I want to try this trend. So I sat down, I scrolled through Instagram, I found as many pictures as I could find of this trend, and I looked at the pictures, I inspected them. I tried to figure out exactly how they were doing this. And then from the pictures, what I did was I started to find videos of people actually putting these lines and this trendy kind of spin on the pixie cut. So I found a million videos on IGTV where I saw stylists actually doing it, and I just studied that and studied that and studied that until I felt like I had the concepts of it down, at least the basics. Then I jumped off Instagram and I came to YouTube, because everybody knows you can always find a video on how to do something on YouTube. Surprisingly though, there were not a lot of videos showing how to add lines and trendy kind of designs like this to a pixie cut. But what I did find were a lot of barber videos. So I just consumed as many of those as I could. I saw lots and lots of barbers putting lines into cuts on many different types of hair textures. So I just watched a gang of those and saw how they did it and figured out the technique behind it. Once I felt comfortable with the fact that I knew how to do it, I knew I needed to find the right tools, and I needed to really calm myself down, take some notes so that I did not scalp myself, and then I was ready to jump into it. One of the first things that you want to do if you want to try this trend is you want to kind of figure out where you want the lines to go. I saw a lot of styles where the lines would kind of cover up the whole side of the head, like they would go from the temple all the way back to the neckline, the nape of the neck, and I was not really confident enough to do that. But I knew I just kind of wanted to play with the trend on one side of my head. So I had to figure out which side of my head I wanted the lines to go on. So I just took to the mirror, kind of combed my hair out, looked at my head, kind of looked at the way my natural parting goes and the way that I usually part my hair, and that was what helped me decide to put the lines on the left side of my head, because the heavy side of my cut goes to the right. So I have like a swoop to the right, so I put the lines on the left side. I took my notes and I went to my toolbox. I knew I was going to have to find the right set of tools to recreate this, so I just looked through everything I had. I knew I had some clippers deep down in there somewhere, because I do edge up the back of my hair sometimes. So I had two sets of clippers. I had a traditional set, and then I had these like kind of beard shapers. So they're not really clippers, but I use them like clippers. So I picked up both those, and I ended up going for the smaller version of the clippers, which is these beard trimmers, because I think it'll give me more control. With the larger clippers, I'm a little nervous. I mean, they have a wider blade. So I just wanted to go with something that I could really manage and control, because I don't really know what I'm doing. Now, what I learned from watching the videos, both on Instagram TV and on YouTube, but more so on YouTube, was that you really want to like map out a plan, and you almost want to kind of practice before you actually take the clippers to your scalp. I saw some barbers drawing lines in the hair before they actually did it with like a white pencil. And then what I really saw a lot, and what I did, was I saw people go in with like a light hand first and just kind of outline and kind of, you know, graph where you want the lines to be without going ham and going all the way in and making a super defined cut. So that's what I did. I just started with some light lines and made sure they were where I wanted them to be, made sure they were even. Then I went ahead and I went back in and I defined the lines so that they looked crispy. But what I will tell y'all is, you want to go ahead and relax your hair first. I relaxed my hair and colored my hair, because you want to make sure you're not cutting on top of hair that's not laid down as smooth as it can be. So relaxing your hair first, if you're in need of a relaxer, is going to be key. And then after I relaxed and colored it, I actually went ahead and styled my hair, wrapped it and sat under the dryer, so that when I came out of the dryer, I was working with a fresh mold on freshly relaxed hair, so that I could get the cleanest, crispiest lines possible. And I am going to give y'all a 360 of it finished and styled. While I'm cutting it, you're going to see me like comb it and brush it and then go back in, comb it and brush it and go back in. You want to do that because when you first cut it, there's going to be hair that falls down. So you just want to make sure you're always going back in, combing that loose hair that fell and just starting on a clean surface. Now let me tell y'all, what I will say is that if you're going to do this, you need to be committed to the style. Like, you've got to commit to the fact that you're going to have lines on the side of your head until your hair grows back. Everybody's hair grows at a different rate. Mine will probably grow back really quickly. This is actually the second time I did this. I already did it one time, like I think it was 2 weeks before Christmas, and then today I just went back in and cleaned it up, and it needed to be cleaned up because the lines were already, you couldn't even see the lines anymore. And today is what, the middle of January, so about a month. So be committed to the style if you're going to try this, because there's no turning back. Once you do it, you can't do nothing else about it. Once I had gotten the lines in, everything looked like I wanted it to look, I went ahead and styled my hair as normal. So I used my 1/8 of an inch flat irons. I went ahead and flat ironed my hair. I used my Sebastian Shaper hairspray for a little bit of hold. And then I went in and just put some oil sheen on it at the end. And then I just did my edges. And we have what you see here. So I think it turned out pretty good, you know, considering that I don't know what I'm doing and I did it all myself. But this is the final look. My hair had grown out a little too much for me, so I also took a little bit of the length off and then just styled it. So let me let y'all see the side again and the back. This is the back. Let me know what y'all think about the trend. Do you like the trend? Dislike the trend? Would you try it? Do you like it on me? Just any thoughts and comments you might have, leave them down below. Y'all know I started my channel originally by doing short hair, so this is not something new to my OG subscribers. If you're new and you came for the fashion, I also do my own hair. I cut it myself, I style it myself, so this is a part of my channel as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out the other videos that are going to pop up on the screen for you guys. Also subscribe and click the link in the description box to become a member of the crew, which is my free email list. There's a lot of perks to becoming a member of the crew. Remember to live well and look good doing it. And until next time, y'all, bye.